Hey, yo, what's game man players? It's your boy, Desmond Sharp, man, back out here with this Madden NFL gameplay, and we are set to continue with this Madden 20 series. We are now in episode 5 of this Madden 20 series. This is the fourth 1 o'clock schedule game here in week number 1, and I gotta tell you, this opener in the Madden 20 series has been off the chain. We've already got 2 close finishes. 2. And we're only in week 1, and we're only in episode 5. But it's like I said before, you may never know which game is a tight finish. And we're going to see how this game goes. In this one, we got the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Minnesota Vikings. A great matchup to kick off the season. Both of these teams has players everywhere. I'm talking about running backs, wide receivers, tight ends, defensive players. They got them everywhere. And you're going to see all of them out there on the field. And this game right here, this should be a good game. But we're going to find out which one of those teams will start 1-0. And if you didn't see the last 4 episodes, be sure to go back and watch them so you guys can get caught up to where we are currently. Because like I said, we're still in week 1. We've got a lot of games to go before we move on to the very next week. So with that being said, we're set for the 4th game of the 1 o'clock schedule. So let's head down to US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The Vikings are at home hosting the Falcons. This game should be fun. Josh Martin, Kirk Cousins going at it for the first time. Let's go.
I got some trusted shoes. 10K on the countertop, don't look so shocked, it's nothing new. Death comes in threes.
2 veteran quarterbacks looking for a return to the playoffs. It's the coach. This is week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, 2 teams who stayed home for the playoffs last year start 2019 with high hopes. We'll see Matt Ryan of the Atlanta Falcons taking on Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings. I'll be back at halftime with a look at games in progress. But first, we get up to Minneapolis. Standing by our guys in the booth, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at US Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. It can certainly get loud inside this building, and just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with the Atlanta Falcons. So happy to be with you, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis, and we thought it would never get here, but here we are back together. It's opening weekend of the 100th season in the NFL.
So much football to talk about. That's our main focus. But how about how much happened in the offseason? Rules changes. Overtime rules were discussed in a big way. Some superstars changed addresses. There's a whole lot to talk about in the NFL in addition to this game we're getting ready to watch.
And like I said already, this game should be an interesting one. Kirk Cousins, Josh Martin going at it for the first time, as those two will begin their first game of the season against each other. So the punter, Matt Bosher, he will kick things off for the Falcons, as the Vikings will start off with the ball as we're underway from Minnesota. And here's Abdullah on the return. And he will take this 3 yards shy of 30 at the 27. So here comes that Viking offense, leading them out, Kirk Cousins.
8th year overall, 30 touchdown passes for him a season ago. That's a career high as he aims to get the Vikings back into the postseason.
First play, here's Dalvin Cook, and he gets no gain on the first play from scrimmage, 2nd down. And here's Minnesota's offense.
And last night we were discussing some of the changes they've made offensively during the offseason, and we know it helps for them to have the first game at home. Hopefully this crowd, which we saw coming in, they've been here for a while, ready to go. You and I should have joined the tailgates, that's for sure. They're going to give them plenty of encouragement. They'll try and ride that wave and get their first victory of the year.
Second down, Cook once more. But this time, he's going to go backwards here. He's going to lose 3, third down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
On third down,
Cousins throwing, and that's complete to Stephon Diggs. And he's going to be tackled at the 32. And that's going to be well short of the first. Fourth down.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the third down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up fourth down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out.
So here's Kevin Robertson. He's on the punt.
3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football.
And LJ Moe is not going to return that one. That one's going to go into the end zone for a touchback. So here comes Atlanta's offense, and Josh Martin leading the way.
And they'll be led out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback.
I read something prepping for this game that he said prior to, and I think he really said it a few months ago, where he talked about he wants to have the type of season that at the end, he's buying gifts for all the guys who have helped him along the way. And I know that the team wants to hold him to that and really get into his wallet. But that's what good leadership gives you. You know, at the end of the season, because you've done a great job.
Martin on the first play, he finds LJ Moe. And he's going to be tackled at the 43. A quick first, a gain of 23.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
So first down after that 23-yard gain. Here's Chris Cam, and he's going to go nowhere. Nice play there by the Minnesota defense. The first one there was Joshua Allen. He was the first one there.
Running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Second and 12. Chris Cam again. And this time he's going to be tackled at the 43. 2-yard gain there. Third down. And here's the Falcons offense.
Obviously a tough test for this offense right out of the gate. Road game in game 1 of the new year. Conventional wisdom says, go slow, take care of the football. I think in this case, attack early and get the home team back on their heels.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. Here's Martin.
Play action, and Martin has nowhere to go. He's sacked. Anthony Barr with the sack, and that brings up fourth down.
I still don't believe we get it. Third and long. Why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all.
Anthony Barr definitely didn't bite on that one.
That's how they have to do it.
He just literally ran right past Hooper. I don't know what he was doing.
That leads to a play action sack.
I don't know what Austin Hooper was doing there.
Fourth down, here's Matt Bosher.
So Matt Bosher will punt. And this one's sent away. And Chris Youngblood is not going to return this one. So that's going to be a touchback.
All the way to the end zone for a touchback. And now out comes Minnesota. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went
and
3
now
and
they
out.
have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. Off the play fake, Cousins.
Play action. Cousins on the run, and that's batted down and incomplete. So now it's 2nd down, and here's the Falcons defense.
The defensive starters for Atlanta.
Many people thought Keanu Neal was overdrafted by Atlanta, but they saw his talents and knew that he would fit their scheme perfectly. A hybrid player, can play deep in the secondary as a safety, can drop down into the box and also make a lot of tackles, and at times can stay on the field and serve a linebacker role as well.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Cousins.
Cousins, and he's brought down. The Falcons got him. Tyler Davidson with the sack, and now it's 3rd down.
When I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So now 3rd down and long coming up for the Vikings.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And instead, they want to throw it off play action.
Cousins, play action, and that was caught by Diggs. And they're going to bring him down at the 42, and a 1st down for Minnesota.
It was an impressive 31-yard gain. So they went gutsy. Instead of getting some space with a conservative run, they throw the football at a big 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, that's just what I said, wasn't it? Didn't I say they were going to throw the ball?
Revisionist history.
Ah, that's right. But I took a shot.
Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. To throw is Cousins.
Cousins to throw again over the middle. He's got who else? Stephon Diggs again. And he is tackled at the 40 and another 1st down. A gain of 18.
If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
They go play action here on 1st down.
Play action. Cousins has all day, and he's going to get rid of it. He throws it away, and that's it for the 1st quarter.
We're scoreless after 1. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Cousins again.
Cousins airs it out for the end zone, and he overthrew it. He had Stephon Diggs, but instead 3rd down.
Well, these two teams, the Falcons and the Vikings, have met 30 times since the Falcons' inaugural year in the league back in 1966. And the Vikings winning 19 of those games, but maybe the most memorable game between the two was a Falcons victory. That was in the NFC Championship game back in January of '99.
Cousins throws, and that was complete to the tight end Rudolph. And he is tackled inside the Falcons 20 at the 15.
25 yards that time.
A gain of 25.
Offense versus his own defense. Find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. From the red zone now, Cousins. Flushed out right.
Cousins throws end zone. He's got Rudolph. Touchdown, Minnesota.
A 15-yard touchdown grab as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not
So here's Dan Bailey for the extra point.
That's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown.
And he nails it. And it's 7-0 Vikings.
And that makes the score 7-0. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's polished off by a Viking score.
So here's Kevin Roberson. He's on to kick this one away. Devontae Freeman's not going to return this one, so this is going to be a touchback.
A reminder coming up later tonight, the Patriots unfurl their 6 banners. They play host to their rival Steelers. And then on Monday night, it's the one weekend of the year where you get 2 games to wrap up the week. Texans and Saints from New Orleans in the early game, then Broncos and Raiders. Vic Fangio's coaching debut and the Raiders' final season opener in Oakland. That's the
Martin throwing, and that was complete to the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. And he's tackled, getting this across midfield at the 45. A gain of 30.
He's really knocking on the door for 700. That is career catch 699. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Off the play fake.
Martin play faking, and he sacked. Danielle Hunter with the sack. That pressure got in his face, brings him down for a loss of 11.
First half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Back to throw.
2nd and 21. Martin. And that's incomplete. He tried to go back to Jones. However, it's 3rd down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw.
Martin looking, and he's sacked. Danielle Hunter with another sack. That's his 2nd in the game. Now it's 4th down. It seemed like Martin knew one of his receivers was open, but he took too long.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Here's Matt Bosher now, as he'll kick it away for the second time.
So Matt Bosher, he will punt it away. And Chris Youngblood's not going to return it. That one's going to go into the end zone.
And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control?
Here's Cousins, and open. He's got the tight end, Kyle Rudolph. And down he goes, getting this into Falcon territory at the 49.
Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
I can hear the film session right now. I can hear the coach saying to his team, guys, how does a guy that big get that open?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Imagine him as a kid, just trying to play hide and seek.
No chance.
No chance. He goes to hide behind the skin.
Here's a toss. Dalvin Cook, who goes nowhere. The Falcon defense stuffing the run early on in the first half. 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend.
Cousins Throws over the middle. He's got Stephon Diggs. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs, 53 yards. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And there, Charles, he lined up out left, ran the post, caught it over the middle, and the rest, as they say, is history.
And you have to love the scheme that they just showed there, because if you're going to run a deep post, you ordinarily have to get a safety out of the middle of the field. And you do it.
This is one of the reasons why you can never have a one-on-one coverage between the defender and Stephon Diggs. This is one of the reasons why. Because he burns the defender every time. Every time that happens. And the Vikings made him pay. So Dan Bailey makes the extra point, and it's 14-0 Vikings.
So the drive there, they went 80 yards in 3 plays. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota.
Man, oh man. Right now in the first half, Atlanta right now, they're getting the work handed to them right now. And I'm pretty sure they're definitely frustrated on the sideline.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And Devontae Freeman, he will take a knee in the end zone. So the Falcons will take over. And Josh Martin set to come back out.
Getting ready to lead this offense again. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to it.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good.
So first down.
Now Martin. On first
Martin
down.
getting pressure, and he finds Chris Cam. And Chris Cam breaks through all of that. And they'll bring him down right at midfield. A gain of 25.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Martin, he's going to air it out. Julio Jones, and it's picked off.
Picked off by the former first-rounder
Trey Waynes picks it.
His guys will get the football back. When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's when
oh boy. Things are not looking good for the Falcons early on.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right?
I believe Martin, he remembered the last time Jones had his defender beat, but he didn't throw it to him in time. That time he was trying to try it, but he didn't get the result than what he had before. So the Vikings will take over following the INT.
Following the interception,
Cousins. He's going to air it out. Stephon Diggs again. Stephon Diggs once more. Touchdown, Minnesota. He is balling in the first half.
3 touchdown passes now in the afternoon. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. One play,
oh,
80 yards,
baby.
Drive to recap.
Man, that Falcons secondary is getting worked.
Starting on your own 20.
True Font is getting burnt every time by Diggs. It's so crazy.
And got it. That's a great way to send a message to
So Minnesota extends their first half lead. Man, oh man.
Here's Bailey now for the extra point.
Dan Bailey, extra point is good, and it's 21-0.
Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown.
Man, oh man, that Falcons secondary, man, they're getting worked. 21 straight points by the Vikings in the second quarter. And man, it's literally, it's hurting the Falcons right now. Martin's been getting sacked too many times. He's thrown an interception, and he's not over 100 yards in the first half.
3 scores, a 3 and out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and
Martin throwing, and that's complete to LJ Moll. And they're going to bring him down at the 30. A pickup of 5.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route, the drag, and being able to run away from defenders.
Play action, and that one is complete. LJ Moll has it, and they're going to bring him down.
Running away from someone, and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone. And another thing
as the clock still runs for Atlanta. Here's another play action, and Martin's going to find LJ Moll once again. And they're going to bring him down at the 20. And the Falcons move the chains once more.
As the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Forced out to his
Martin looking around, and Martin is sacked.
He's taken down. There for the sack,
Everson Griffin with the sack, and that is the 4th time they've taken down Martin in the game. And now it's 2nd down, and Atlanta's gonna have to use that timeout.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half,
so Younghoe Koo on for the field goal, looking to get him on the board. And Younghoe Koo nails it, and the Falcons are on the board. However, it is a 21-3 lead for the homestanding Vikings.
We send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL.
Up next, we're going to be in Miami. The Dolphins, they got a tough test at home, taking on Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. Speaking of tough tests, Jacksonville has the same exact thing when they will host Patrick Mahomes and the visiting Kansas City Chiefs.
Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In the game you're watching, it's been Kirk Cousins with a hot hand in the first half. His 3 touchdown passes have his guys out in front as we hand things back over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Look, man, that first half, I'm just going to say it. It was all Vikings. They literally exploded in that second quarter with 3 consecutive touchdown passes by Kirk Cousins. His team has a 21-3 lead against the Falcons. The Falcons will get the ball to start the second half, as they're hoping to make themselves a little comeback in this one, because so far it hasn't been their game, especially for that man Josh Martin.
And he has not really been able to have a lot of comfort back there in the pocket. Pressure's been coming at him a lot, hasn't it?
And they've got to figure out how to tamp down that pressure. How do they decrease it? Is it getting rid of the football quicker? You know, shorter drops? Maybe they do something different with their pass blocking and their protection schemes. Maybe you meet them on the line of scrimmage instead of retreating to try and protect your quarterback. They've got to figure something out, though, because you cannot let your guy get hit that much, not if you intend to win.
I know they'd like to erase that video and those 4 sacks that they've seen so far.
Martin gets hit as he throws. It's picked off. Joshua Allen picks it. And the Vikings will take over. Now that pass, I don't understand what happened on that pass. He just overthrew his receiver, and to me, I don't get that. I don't get the reason into doing that. When you end up overthrowing your receiver, that turns into danger.
The end result can be something you don't like.
So that's 2 interceptions for Josh Martin in this game. And I'm pretty sure he is not happy on the sideline. And here's Cook on first down. And nowhere to go there. They're going to get him at the 47.
First half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Play fake.
Cousins looking around, and he's going to get rid of it. The flag comes in.
Let's see who this is on.
And wow, they're going to call that intentional grounding on Kirk Cousins. So it's 3rd and long. They even lost the down there. 3rd and long.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call.
Cousins over the middle, and guess who again? It's Stephon Diggs. And they're going to bring him down into Falcon territory at the 42.
That one goes for 24 yards.
Man, Stephon Diggs is on fire. He just can't be stopped right now. And that is basically what I was mentioning.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
First down, Cook. And Dalvin Cook, he's starting to get into a little bit of a rhythm. He's tackled inside the 30. First down, Minnesota.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from...
And here's a toss to Dalvin Cook. And he gets this to the 26. A pickup of 3, 2nd down.
On the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
On 2nd and 7,
Cousins throwing, and this time he's got Adam Thielen. And they're going to bring him down inside the 10 at the 8.
And he picks up the first.
A gain of 17 that time.
That last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you're talking about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Cousins throwing, and that was complete to Chris Youngblood. And he's going to be tackled at the 8-yard line. Only a yard gain there. 2nd and goal.
And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team.
2nd and goal. Cook.
But how about what they really said?
And not much there. He's going to get no gain out of that. Now it's 3rd and goal.
When it's in the air, it's his and only his. Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think
3rd and goal. Cook. And he still didn't get any yardage, so now it's 4th down.
Call it no gain on on the play, so no help there. And now 4th and goal.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game.
So Dan Bailey for the field goal, and he nails that one to extend that lead 24-3.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal.
Oh, here's Roberson. He'll kick this one away. And Devontae Freeman's not going to return this one. So that's going to be a touchback.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
Martin on play action, and he throws it away.
His struggles finding open receivers continue. I don't know the last time I saw him this inconsistent throwing the football.
It would be hard to find a date when he was this inconsistent. You know, in his locker, he keeps the word poise printed on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. He needs to find that poise right now.
He certainly does. In fact, I would suggest he laminated.
Martin throwing, and that's caught. LJ Moll, and he's tackled at the 48. Picks up a first down.
23 yards the pickup there. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff.
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic.
Play action again for Martin. Throwing again. He's got Jones.
Really honing his game.
And they're going to tackle him at the 32. And another first for Atlanta.
Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. That reception, it brings him up to the 700 plateau. He's at 700 career NFL catches now.
And that club in baseball, a rather exclusive club. And when we talk about
Martin throwing again. This time he's got Ridley. And they're going to tackle him right at the 4. And just like that, it's 1st and goal Falcons.
Two big plays in
and with that, that's going to be it for the 3rd quarter. The Vikings with a 21-point lead.
A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Again, he'll drop to throw.
Martin, he's going to try to scramble left, and he throws it away.
Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself.
Martin, and he's going to find Chris Cam for a Falcon touchdown. And boy, did they need that one.
With his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Falcons cut into that lead. Coaches must really like to see that from the quarterback because he's had the interceptions in this game. But
here's Younghoe Koo, and he nails the extra point, and it's 24-10.
During a game, but they come back and make them later on. They miss tackles, right? They miss making plays, but the spotlight is magnified on your quarterback. And when he stands up to the pressure and comes back and throws a touchdown pass after throwing some picks earlier, they feel great about that guy.
And likewise for him personally, as a rookie quarterback, has to give him more confidence. Now after the touchdown,
so here's Matt Bosher. He'll kick this one off. And Abdullah, he's going to return it. And they're going to bring him down right at the 24-yard line.
The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs to keep up with your team.
And here's Dalvin Cook on first down.
They can't touch the ball.
And he's not going to get anything there. He's tackled at the 25. So 2nd down.
You want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this.
And here's Cook, and he's going to go nowhere again. How about Atlanta's defense on that ground game. They have stuffed it up. And from what we're seeing in this game, the Falcons, they haven't even ran the ball yet. And even though they're trailing, Cousins over the middle, he's got Dalvin Cook. And the Falcon defense makes a play there. It's 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot.
So here's Roberson, the punt, and back to return LJ Moore, who's not going to return that one, so that's going to be a touchback as they'll start at the 20.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And here's a carry for Chris Cam. And he's going to be tackled at the 24. So that's actually his 3rd rush in the game, but he hasn't got any yardage out of it. So 2nd and 6.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6. Chris Cam, and he is tackled in the backfield. He's going to lose a yard. Now it's 3rd and 7.
The struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
Back to throw.
Martin looking to pass. He's going to try to run. And they're going to get him down at the 27. 3 yards shy of the first. 4th down.
I like this effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the 1st down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
And with that, that's going to bring this one to the 2-minute warning. Time is starting to run out for Atlanta. They've got to make something happen. They definitely got to make some play happen on this 4th down.
So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
So 4th and 3.
Martin now.
Martin throws and he's open. He's got Julio Jones. A big play right there. They keep the game alive. It's a 1st down.
Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Martin operating from the gun, buying time to his left.
Martin, and he's going to get rid of it.
Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
I'm pretty sure Martin did not want to force that pass in that type of situation.
Get rid of it, live to fight another down.
So after the incompletion on 1st,
so 2nd down.
To throw is Martin. Going to throw again.
Martin looking to pass again, and he gets rid of it.
This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, No more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions.
Martin over the middle to Chris Cam, and he's got it. And they're going to bring him down. Now it's 1st and goal.
Good route, good pickup for 1st down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover.
Martin to the end zone, and that's batted down.
If you're trying to cover that,
he was trying to go to LJ Moll. 2nd and goal.
He heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts
Martin to the end zone for LJ Moll for a Falcon touchdown. And hold on a second. The Falcons aren't done yet.
But it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time.
Younghoe Koo, he's going to nail the extra point. And it's 24-17. However, the Falcons, I don't know if you guys paid attention, but the Falcons still have 3 timeouts left.
So a minute and change to go.
So good time management, making sure that they didn't use those timeouts. So they're going to go for the onside kick, and the Vikings recover it.
A tough one there. They certainly wanted that one. They needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
First down. Here's Dalvin Cook. And they're going to bring him down. And the Falcons use their first timeout.
Just a shade under a minute to go in the game.
It would be insane if Minnesota gives Atlanta the ball back after they had scored back-to-back touchdowns here in the 4th. Here's another carry for Cook. And they're going to get him at the 38. Now it's 3rd and 4.
As the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game.
Third and 4, Dalvin Cook, and they're going to get him in the backfield right at the 39. It's 4th and 5 as Atlanta uses their 3rd and last timeout. And Minnesota's going to go for a field goal here. Now, if Bailey makes this could probably end the game, hopefully. And he nails it. It was so close. He almost missed it.
Something extraordinary here in the closing stages. That field goal.
I mean, just look at that. He just barely made it.
We're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for him, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck too.
So the Falcons are down by 10 after that made field goal. So that probably just ruined their chances right there.
So all eyes on the Falcons. Down by 10, 47 seconds remaining. It's an extremely tall order in front of them, but they've got the ball with a 1st down. Here's Martin throwing on 1st down.
Martin, he's going to air it out downfield for Julio Jones. He's going to score a Falcon touchdown. The Falcons, what heart do they have? They're not giving up.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this. I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. A try here for the extra point.
So here's the extra point by Younghoe Koo. And he nails it. And now it's 27-24.
One of the shortest drives you'll ever see.
Man, what heart do the Falcons have? I mean, they have so much heart. Think of it. They were down 24-3, and they had to make their way back in it. However, it's all going to come down to this onside kick.
So with just under 40 seconds to go,
if the Falcons don't get this, the game is over. If Minnesota gets this onside kick, then that will be game. And that's going to be recovered by the... Whoa, it's fumbled. But the Vikings picked it back up. Oh, boy. Just imagine if the Vikings would have lost that ball and the Falcons would have picked it up. Man, that would have been some craziness. So the Vikings are going to survive just barely.
So this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes.
Oh, man. How lucky the Vikings would have been if they would have gave that ball back on that onside kick. Yo, how crazy this would have been.
Kneel down at the end of the game in victory formation and wrap one up, because most of the time a kneel down is not a good thing in football. In this case, it's the best thing for the team that's winning.
Best thing week 1 and 1-0 after going down to that knee.
So Kirk Cousins goes down to a knee one more time. And with that, the Minnesota Vikings are going to survive and hold on to win their first game of the season. They win it 27-24. Minnesota almost blew a 21-point lead, but luckily they were able to hold on in the final clutches of the game.
The exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the Vikings, it wasn't always pretty, but they do eke out the week 1 victory here by a field goal. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Man, oh man. I cannot believe this right now. The fact that the Falcons were making their way back in it with that large of a deficit, give them all the credit in the world. And that basically shows you, that right there basically shows you that yes, the Falcons do got heart. They do got heart. They were down 24-3 at one point. They were down 21-3 at half altogether. But the entire time they were down 24-3. They made their way back in it. But then the Vikings held on in the clutch, 27-24. The Vikings survived to win their first game of the season. Both quarterbacks played well. Kirk Cousins threw for 308, 3 touchdowns. And Josh Martin threw for 355, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 4 sacks given up. He is hoping to bounce back in that next game. And trust me, that basically shows you right there how much heart the Falcons have. But they definitely got to get that run game going. Same thing with the Vikings, because that run game, it didn't come to play in this one. Both running backs got shut down in this one. However, both teams' running backs are hoping to bounce back in their next game. The Falcons, they got a primetime game in their next one, so they're hoping to bounce back with that run game then. And, of course, the Vikings, they got a divisional matchup in the next game, and that run game is hoping to improve. How about this receiving game? Stephon Diggs was the man of the hour. 214 throwing the ball. 2 touchdowns, 214 yards receiving. Julio Jones, 4 catches for 180 and a touchdown. LJ Moore, 6 catches for 102 and a touchdown. Kyle Rudolph, 3 catches for 71 and a touchdown. Chris Cam, 3 catches, 45 yards and a touchdown. Calvin Ridley, a catch for 28. Adam Thielen, a catch for 17. Dalvin Cook, a catch for 5. And Chris Youngblood, a catch for a yard. So for the Vikings, it wasn't always pretty, but they get the Week 1 victory by a field goal. And they will hit the road in Week 2 to take on their division rival, the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, this is a tough defeat. I'm just gonna say that right now. That is a tough defeat for them to suffer, as they will fall to defeat here in Week 1. However, they will have a chance to bounce back, as they will be heading home, where they will match up with Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. Alright, so with that being said, there goes the 4th 1 o'clock scheduled game here in the Madden 20 series. If you enjoyed it, be sure to drop a like on it. And be sure to subscribe to the channel if you are new. So now that is 3 close finishes in Week 1. Even though the Vikings did have to hold on to their lead, but in the end, it was a tight finish. So in the next game, I'm pretty sure you guys are ready for it. Lamar Jackson, Ryan Gilmore, the Ravens and Dolphins from Miami. Should be a good one.